Um, so where in Canada are you from? Or you
So,
are?
well, I'm in Vancouver.
Okay.
So, do you know where it is, kind of?
Yeah, I have an idea. I've been to Seattle.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's right there.
awesome, awesome. So tell me a little bit about yourself because I know you want to do what you do in a tortilleria in Canada, but just wanna, what drives you to do that?
So, basically, there's a lot. We have me and my partner who couldn't make it have a lot of free time now because he's a chef. He's a chef, and he doesn't have a work right now. And I'm a student, so all my schooling is done online now. So we're talking one day with beers, and it came out like, let's do something. What can we do? Let's do something that's not being done here. And I understand you do corn tortillas, right?
That is correct. We do corn tortillas following the nixtamal process in Australia.
Right. So we're doing flour tortillas following the way we do it in Monterrey.
Okay. Yeah. So you're doing the wheat tortillas.
Yeah. Yeah. Flour. Well, yeah.
And so you're from Monterrey.
Yes, we're both born and raised in Monterrey. And what part of Mexico are you from?
I'm from Mexico City.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So we come from different background. You come from the line of the wheat tortilla, and I come from the line of the corn tortilla.
Yeah. So very two different types of tortilla right there.
Yeah, yeah. What's the appetite for Mexican food in Canada like?
It's really big. Recently, with everything in the US, a lot of people from Mexico have been deciding to come to work here in Canada instead of going to the US. So there's a lot of market for it. And we realized there's no tortillas like the ones we make here. There's some similar, but not exactly. They use different kinds of ingredients. So we just saw the opportunity and thought it was good. And we went from idea to first sale in 2 weeks.
All right.
So we got the press from Mexico. We imported from Mexico because I think, tell me if I'm wrong, because I do not know much about corn tortillas. But for the corn tortillas, you don't necessarily need to heat them up when you press them. But for flour, in a way to seal the tortilla, we need an electric press. So when you press the tortilla, it's actually heated.
Yeah, so it's similar to the corn tortilla because the corn tortilla the only way of making a corn tortilla is when you heat up the dough. So for us, for example, when you follow the nixtamal processes, we don't have any flour. There's no flour in the process. We go straight from corn to the tortilla. So that means you keep all the wholesome of the corn, putting that into the tortilla. So it makes things much better, and that's the way that has been done in Mexico for millennia. We can't say the same about wheat tortillas because wheat tortillas are something new. That's when wheat was brought by the Europeans into Americas, and that's when wheat tortillas started to flourish. But for corn tortillas, the traditional way of doing it is with corn, and there's no flour in the process. Corn flour is something that was invented in the 1950s. And it's just a shortcut. It's like the same way that we have instant coffee, or the same way that we have instant mashed potatoes. Well, that's your corn flour.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's what we appeal for. In Australia, that's how we have gone into the market, because for us, and I think it sounds that it's similar to you, is there was no point in doing what everybody else was already doing. We needed to do something different. We needed to try, something that is more, that appeals more to people, but also that it was more genuine. Something that was more, how do I say it, real. That it was real food. And the real food is the one that comes back to, the source ingredients. And I know we're using Australian corn, so we don't. It's interesting what we're doing here, because we do a Mexican product, but using all Australian ingredients. And that makes for a product that I'm actually having here, and I want to show you because we have this awesome seal that says "Made in Australia." 100%.
Nice.
So it's a Mexican product with a kangaroo seal on top, which is awesome.